Hi guys, so I just wanted to apologise for not being on much lately. I haven't had much motivation recently. My illness hasn't been great. I will link below so you all know what that is. Not to kind of go on about that too much, but also my confidence hasn't been amazing. I'm just out of the shower, as you can see, so I thought I'd just do a get ready with me kind of chatty catch up. I have received your requests for the next video, which was a red and brown, which is quite interesting, autumn look, so in terms of eyes. So I will have a look and see what I have in my palettes there. But yeah, I just haven't had a lot of confidence lately, just in general. Just lost a passion, I think, for what I do. I absolutely love kids, don't get me wrong, and I've been teaching for 10 years, special needs and kind of teaching assistant and preschool and everything in between. But I just have completely lost my passion. I think that doesn't come from losing my passion for children. It's just kind of where I am in life at the minute. I've always really put an importance on friends, and I still do. And I always I love the fact that I can turn to, I've got a really, really good network of friends. But I think when I see them and all and where they are in life, most of my friends now have children or engaged, married, all that kind of thing, or they're going through that at the minute. And you can't help but kind of look at yourself. So I don't know, I think it's just something I'm going through at the minute. So I thought I'd just do a catch up with you guys. I hope everyone's well. I think it's just, I'm looking at everything really at the minute. Everything that's kind of going on in my life. There is nothing that kind of I want to happen going on in my life, I suppose. I've had, a long time to kind of think about what I want to do, and that hasn't changed. I'd love to meet someone, have a family, all of that kind of thing, and it just hasn't happened really, I suppose. And if I was in my 20s or something like that, it wouldn't be such a thing. But now, because I'm just going to switch on my light with my mirror here, guys, sorry. Now, because it's just that time of life I'm in. Everybody I know is doing the same thing, and not that I want to do it just because it's in trend or anything like that. It's just because I have worked with children, and I wouldn't work with children for so long if I didn't really love doing it. And obviously I've been married before and separated, and it's nothing kind of, we're very amicable still, but I don't know, I've just completely lost my confidence. So I thought I'd do a get ready with me today. And then of course I have absolutely gotten everyone's videos in my messages for, so the next one is the which I will get to hopefully this weekend, which is the red and brown eyeshadow look for autumn. And then there was another, I was asked to look, in my last video, I think you saw on the corner of the camera my cinematic light box, and somebody's asked me to do an opening of that and show how that works, so I will do that as well. So yeah, I'll just kind of get ready with you now, guys. I didn't mean to be on a downer. What I've just popped in my hair there is just the Pantene Repair and Protect, because my hair hasn't been great recently, and maybe it's because I just haven't been motivated to really kind of go into the straightening and all of that. I don't know, I just haven't. So what I'm doing is I have had the Elvive conditioner in the shower, so all I'm doing is running that through before I brush it, and then while I'm doing my makeup, I'll let that set, and then I'll brush from the bottoms up just to get any tangles out, and then we'll go from there. So what I've put on already, guys, is the is my primer, and I'll just show you. I've popped it back in, and it's Rimmel's Lasting Finish 8-Hour Wear. So I've popped that on my face. And now what I'm going to do is my brows. All my brushes have been cleaned, as you can see, and in my last video I have done what I use, and I'll link that below. So what I'm going to do now is just my brows, and I have had this for a very long time. This is my MAC, one of my very few MAC products, brow pencil, and this is what it looks like. It's a twist up, so just be really careful, because if you do have it, you can't actually twist it back down, and that's something I realised. So just be really careful when you're doing that. So my primer's on, and I'm letting that set, and we're just going to fill in. I have very thin brows. When I was younger I had very thick brows, but I am looking at a mirror here to the side as well, guys, so sorry. I do have a review on this too from a while back, so I can, it's double-sided, so it's great for things like eyeliner and mascara and things like that. So I'm just going to turn it to the, and then it does have a light, so you can really, really see what you're doing. So I'm just going to go into the side there. So sorry if I look away. I might pop it to the front so I'm not kind of turning to the side. There we go. Okay. And this is a nice brown. I think it would definitely cover things like if you're kind of ash blonde, so you could still get away with kind of colour like this to dark brown, medium dark brown. And I've used this for about, I'd say, 2 years now. And you do get a lot of kind of wear out of it as well. So. I hope everyone's been well. And as I said, I will definitely be getting to the requests this weekend. I've just been working and I have an EEG and MRI coming up shortly. The EEG is interesting. It's a 3-day EEG, so they're going to fit me in the John Radcliffe for the EEG, and they kind of they put the loads on in different parts of your head, and there's kind of like a machine at the back that attaches, and it sends the information. So I can go home, I can go to work, that kind of thing, and it's going to kind of track the brain kind of activity from the day and in the night when you sleep and things like that. So really get a good accurate kind of reading of what's happening, whereas an MRI is kind of an image you can kind of look at, whereas the EEG actually shows what's actually happening. So that will be interesting. Sometimes what I do as well, guys, is I use my W7 brow bar, and this is really, really good. And then it does have different colours. So if you are blonde or ash blonde, then it has the highlighter that you can go around just to kind of really define it. So I do use that, and it can be used for eyeshadow as well. So you do get as well just a little applicator too, and there's thin parts and a thick part. So if you're trying to get the thin inner corners of the beginning of the brow, it's really good as well. So yes. Now what I'm going to do is just look at an eyeshadow palette, and that's going to be, this is my I Heart Makeup Wonder Palette in Chocolate Vice, and I really, really like this, guys. So the colour I'm going to do as a transition colour is this one here. They don't have individual names, but you can see it's definitely a used one. So I'm just going to go in with my brush, and I'm going to go in with my fluffy brush. This is the Bella & Bear Pompous Cat. So I'm just going to get some of that on the brush and go into the middle of the eye like this and use that as the transition colour. Kind of windshield wiper. I always clean up the edges, guys, so even if it looks a little kind of messy, you can always kind of shape that afterwards. But it's just for a transition. My skin is finally going down as well, guys. It was quite bad there for a while. So we're just going to go on the other side. Start off light as well, so you can go in if you need to. Sorry for the lighting today, guys. It's quite dull. And then what I have been trying as well, and I'll put a picture in if I can, is the Primark setting primer spray. It has been leaving my skin a little bit sticky, but it's definitely been doing the job in terms of keeping the makeup on. So that's just going to do that a little bit more. And I am in work today, so I'm not going to kind of do too much of a strong eye, but it was just that transition colour I always placed on first. So yeah, it's doing the job in terms of keeping the makeup on in terms of a primer, preparing your skin, but it is very sticky. So I've kind of gone back to the Rimmel 8-hour wear. This is what it looks like actually. It's just the PS primer water. So it is nice. I've gone back to the 8-hour wear just because it's extremely sticky. It's only £2, so definitely a bargain, and it does the job. But there's just this it's a 150ml bottle, so I haven't used that much, as you can see. I will keep going with it. Maybe it's just my skin type. It just is leaving my skin a little bit sticky while I can feel it when I'm putting on kind of my foundation or anything like that. So what I'm going to do now is going to go into the corners with this colour here. Now they're not named, so I've gone in with this colour. I'm going into the corners now with this colour. I'm going to use the same brush, so just very lightly. And I'm kind of flicking, as you can see as well. And that will tone down as I buff. It will tone down. I'll use a clean buffing brush to kind of do everything afterwards. So I'm going to go back in with that colour again on the other side. And it's very light, as you can see. I am in work today, so I'm not going to go too heavy. And again, that will be buffed out on the side. What some people do when they're starting out is they put sellotape on each side so that the shape is really defined and you don't have to go back in and buff out and things like that. Now what I'm going to do, because I do feel tired, excuse me, is go in with a brighter colour on the lid. And this is going to be, it's non-shimmer, it's this cream colour, and again, it doesn't have, this is the Chocolate Vice palette. So I'm going to go in with a different brush to place that, and this is the Bella & Bear Iron Moat, and that's what that looks like, and they've all been cleaned. And again, I will pop that video in the toolbar there, and Dropbox even, and just pop that. It just makes you look very awake, guys, very awake. So you can see there, it's just brightened up the whole thing. And the good thing about this colour is you can put it under the brow just to clean up everything as well. So this is all from the Chocolate Vice palette, guys. I always put my eyeshadow on before my foundation too, just in case there's fallout. So I'm just going to put that colour in the other side. Yes, my confidence is completely gone. I think I'm just looking at everyone around me, and I'm liking what I see in terms of they have kids, they have family, they have a partner, they're planning things, and I don't know, I think I probably just, in a way it's probably me, because I have kind of, I see my friends and then that's my kind of, and I see family, so I do have a life, but I know I don't put myself out there, I know I don't. So I can't complain on one hand that things aren't great because I'm not putting myself, but then I think that goes back to just having no confidence. So yeah, I have to do something. I definitely do. And sometimes what I do is, instead of dragging this across, I actually just place it. So if it's on the brush like that, I just dab to place it. So you can see it's there. Now what I'm going to do is, there is still on the brush still, so I'm just going to go under. Now this will be cleaned up here as well, guys. Sorry. And so yeah, I haven't had the confidence lately, and I think I'm very aware of that. So even though I've really close friends, I kind of hold back from what I'm going through, because they're all in a different place. So it is, I think it's just something that's happening. So I did want to let you guys know. I know there's been requests, and I apologize. I'm not going to put I would usually if I was, sorry guys, I would usually if I was going out, put a liner on and do loads of mascara, but what I'll do is I'll put mascara on, and I'm going to use, this is just Day to Night, I've gotten it for years now, Rimmel's Volume and Lengthener. I probably will just use the lengthener today, and I am going to kind of brush up and make sure this is all smooth. So just going to look in the mirror, and again, apologies for the light, guys. And I think as well, the reason I haven't really succeeded in a partner, and this is just me personally, is that I haven't had that male role model. So all my friends, I suppose most of my friends anyway, have had this, either even brothers, so even if dad left, they've had older brothers, they've had siblings, so it's something that they've had throughout their childhood. So they have, when they get to an age where they definitely want a boyfriend or they want that family, they have something that they can look at as a role model as such. So I haven't had that, and I'm only realizing now the effect that can have on you when you get older, which is something I'm going through at the minute. And I'm not blaming anybody, you know, I'm trying not to go back to, my God, I didn't have this or I didn't have that. It's just the reality of the effect it has afterwards, is that you don't see things other people would see. Maybe you're going for people that necessarily you shouldn't go for, but you don't have somebody to step in and go, well, remember when we were young, remember I showed you X, or I remember when you had this really good dad. You know, I didn't have that, and I'm not blaming anybody, but it's just the reality of what happens. So it's just a lot to go through. It really is at this point. And I think that's probably just why I'm not passionate about a lot at the minute. So I'm just putting this on the other eye. I don't mean to be on a downer, guys, sorry, but I definitely wanted to do a get ready with me just so You guys knew I was still here, and I have received the requests. Okay, now the foundation I'm going in with today is Max Factor's Miracle Touch. I have used it a lot over the last while. And this is it. Sorry if it looks a bit, it's been in my freelance kit and it is being washed in terms of the top here today and sprayed. I don't use kind of a sponge with it. You can see it's been used. It's very nice. This is in Warm Almond 045. And you know I'm kind of a fan of the pan sticks from Max Factor, and I do have a review on that, so I'll pop it below. So I'm just going to take some and I place it first. So I'm just going to place it on the red areas. My sponges are drying from being cleaned, so I'm not going to use them right now. But my hands are clean, and sometimes your hand is the best tool sometimes for blending. So I do have some redness just out of the shower. I do get that. So I'm going to leave that for now and see how we go with that. So I'm just going to turn the mirror to the zoomed in part here, and just going to focus on my eyes and not drag the skin. And the other thing that I've realised is that it takes a lot, and I do admire people who've been together 10, 15, 20 years, 8 years. I mean, it takes a lot to actually keep that going, and I do understand that. I really do. And I think the annoying part is when you're ready for that. I'm ready to do that. I'm ready to kind of give 100% after being kind of hurt and different things haven't gone the way I thought. But I do admire people. Like I do admire my friends who've been together 10, 15, 8 years, all different, you know, I've got different friends who've been together different, you know, long time, but just different, you know, and I can see the work that goes into it. I do understand that. But I think my issue is I've just held myself back and I haven't allowed myself to go there. So I know I can't complain. I can't. But it does get you down, because you're in that mode where I want it, but at the same time you're just holding yourself back. So I know and you're looking back, and that's what I did. I write a lot, and I have journals and things like that, and kind of just had a proper talk with myself, you know, and I said, why? And I said, it's because I go back and there's an abandonment feel. I feel like there's always going to be an abandonment. I do. I feel sometimes it's just, I feel like I'm just waiting for them to leave. And I think that just goes back to when I was a child and my dad came and went in my life. So again, I'm not going to call him up and go, oh my God, it's not that. It's just me realizing, you know, this is where everything's coming from, really. So you can see it really easily blends into your skin, guys. Warm Almond, I was surprised, suited me because I'm usually a fair. But I think that might be just because I have some residual tan still from the summer. Maybe that's my skin is still a little bit darker than it usually is. So I'm just get that, and my hands have been clean. Otherwise, I would use my sponge. Oh, sorry guys. So now what I'm going to do is the very last. I'm going to have to get rid of this today. My other MAC product is the Studio Fix. And you can see, guys, it is certainly on its last legs. But I am going to try and get as much out of it as I can. And this is just my kabuki that I got in Superdrug a while back, and it's just been cleaned. So I'm just going to swirl that around and start to kind of just dot it, not drag the skin at all. I suppose depending where you work, you could do this up a bit more. I work in a school, so I mean, if you worked in an office or, I don't know, fashion or anywhere like that, you could, you know, eyeliner the whole lot. Even if that's the kind of person you are, you could do it. But today I think I'm going into after school, so I think this is probably the limit of my eyeshadow, but I would usually go a bit bolder if I was meeting friends or going somewhere. So that's just going to keep all the foundation we've put on, setting it. This is my MAC Quad, and this is just a contour and a blush. So I'm going to go in with, this is Real Techniques contour brush. So I'm going to do that. Sorry if this is a bit long, guys. Sorry, I'm talking away. Usually my makeup wouldn't take this long. So that's what it looks like on the brush. I'm just gonna, from the top of the ear, I usually mark it about there, and then I just very light to about here, and then I just do the same. So the top of the ear here, and then I mark the two a bit here. The lighting, I appreciate, isn't the same on this side. Sorry, guys. So, and that's been, I'm going to fill them in a minute. I'm just touching the areas that the sun would naturally hit my face. So, I'm going to clean that now off, and then just it's just going to make me look a bit together today. Also, I think I always felt like, because I work with children, I had a lot to give, you know, and with things I've gone through in my life. You can see by the book and things that I've written, which I'll link below if anyone's interested. There is a Kindle edition. I know books can kind of be cumbersome to keep and things like that. I just feel like I have a lot to kind of give to people in terms of children. That's why I love working with them. I think today that's enough. So I know it's not a complaining. I'm not complaining at all, guys. I know I'm very lucky in comparison to other people. You know, I'm very lucky. But I think you just look at what you don't have and you kind of want to have. So I know I just have to get better at my confidence. So this is the MAC colour I'm using for blush today. I'll try and pop it out and see. Sorry guys, or else I'll pop it in the description box what the colour is. And I'm going to be using my Real Techniques, just the blush brush, and that's been cleaned as well. So we're just going to get some of that on the top of the brush. Smile to bring my cheeks forward. That's what it looks like on the brush. It does come off more of a peach colour. So just going to, my hands are clean. I'm just taking excess off, and lightly, you can see, it just really does give a fresh. Okay, now you could put any other type of lipstick on. Again, this is just me personally. You could go more intense, absolutely, with anything you have. It doesn't necessarily have to be these products. This is just a get ready with me catch up kind of video. I'm doing a huge declutter, guys, because I've had so many things for so long. And even though I spray them and they're all very clean, I mean, these pan sticks, yeah, I know I have to get rid of lots of stuff. They are very hygienic and clean, but I can see some things just need to go. So I'll definitely be doing that. And I want to start fresh. You know, eyeshadow palettes you can kind of keep, but you know, when foundations and things like that, you just know need to kind of go. So I'll do that this weekend as well. So what you can do is, I'm going to be using today, this is a very bright red, but it goes really well. You don't have to use it. I may not use it today, but it was something that I got from Aldi that I thought was really nice. So what I might do is, instead of putting it on, because I don't think it would go with this look, is just show you the colour here. That's what it looks like. So a night out, that'd be beautiful, guys. Or just liner and this cream colour on your eye, without this kind of very Marilyn Monroe colour. So I won't put that on today because I'm going to work, but I wanted to show you guys. It was $2.99 in Aldi. Their CN range. They do a lot of skincare as well, so thought I'd show you that. I'm just going to be putting on gloss today. I'm just going to brush out my hair now. Just going to pop a little bit more oil, and then I'll go and brush my hair and get ready for the day. But yes, just not really feeling very confident or good about myself lately. Passions are just going, and just never been this way before. So I will go and brush my hair and get ready and get dressed, guys. Thank you for watching the video. Again, apologies that there's been a delay in the other videos. I think also I am missing the girls hugely. I keep getting emails, which is amazing. They're in Cornwall. They're having an amazing time. They've got a couple who've taken them on, who had lost their Westie, who was 12, which I related to because Ruffles was 11 when she passed away. And it was a huge decision I came to actually give them away, because they absolutely were my life after Ruffles. And I do have a huge love for animals, and I think they're just living beings just like we are. So it's great to see every couple of months I get these emails saying, oh, this is how they're doing, and here they are on the beach, and which is amazing, don't get me wrong, but it sometimes does make me go, my God, I wish they were still here. But yeah, I think I just need to kind of stop being so negative and kind of just figure out what the best thing to do for me is. So again, thank you for watching the video, guys. I will go and dry my hair and get ready for work. Hope you all have a really good week, and I will see you guys on Saturday when I record the video for the autumn look, and I'll see you soon.